You are listening to ProveText, a GlossaHouse podcast exploring scripture with Dr. T. Michael W. Halcomb and Dr. Frederick J. Long. Welcome and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to ProveText. I am Michael Halcomb, and in this episode of Three Things, I want to share with you three things that I'm thinking about. These three things actually all have to do with this podcast, ProveText. All right, so the first thing is we are getting ready to go from 10 episodes a week to 14. Now, for the astute among us, for the quick-witted, you probably realize that that averages out to 2 episodes per day. And if you figured that out, hey, you're right. So that's the first change. We're getting ready to go to 14 episodes a week, 2 episodes per day. We're really thrilled about this. And the way the format is going to look is we're going to try to have one shorter episode and one longer form episode that is around 10 minutes or so, 10 minutes or longer each day. So one shorter episode under 10 minutes and one longer episode more than 10 minutes each day. So that's a pretty big jump we just started this with 1 episode a week, and we did that for months and months and months. And we've gradually been growing. And so this is pretty cool. I'm excited about this. 14 episodes a week. We are thrilled about this. We're going to keep growing. So that's the first thing that I want to mention to you about this podcast. That's one change that's about to happen. But there are a couple other changes that I want to mention in this episode. The second thing that I want to mention to you that's about to change with ProveText is one of those new episode slots is going to belong to Dr. Jennifer Noonan. And I am so stoked to have her on board the ProveText team. She's already a GlossaHouse author, and she wrote the handbook for SLA Insights. If you don't have that book or you haven't seen it, you need to go to GlossaHouse.com right now and pick up your copy. But she's going to be starting an SLA Insight of the week kind of mini-series or sub-series on the podcast. It's going to be called SLA Insights. And she's going to do a long-form episode to help folks get insights or gain insight on second language acquisition as it pertains particularly to ancient and biblical languages. So we are really thrilled to have Dr. Noonan joining the squad with us. So that's the second thing I want to mention about ProveText. The third thing is that another GlossaHouse author, Dr. Mario Melendez, he is going to be taking one of those long-form slots too, and he's going to be starting a new sub-series called What's in the Name. And we're really thrilled to have Dr. Melendez with us as well. His What's in the Name series is going to look at biblical person names and biblical place names, like all these names we encounter in scripture. And he's going to discuss what the meaning of those names are, how they fit in context, the significance of them, the theological significance of them, and so on. It's going to be a really, really cool series. I've already seen a couple of the episodes that have been recorded, and man, I'm stoked to have Dr. Melendez joining the squad as well. So those are 3 things that I'm thinking about. We're going from 10 episodes to 14, and we're going from just, that means we're going to have 2 episodes per day starting in August. And then starting in August, we're going to have Dr. Jennifer Noonan join the team. And starting in August, we're going to have Dr. Mario Melendez join the team as well. And so in our next segment of 3 things, perhaps I'll talk about some more things that are going to be happening with the podcast. What are going to happen to the other 2 slots, right? That means if we're going from 10 to 14 and we have 2 people joining the team, that means there are 2 slots left open. So who's going to fill those? Well, we'll give you more details on that in the future. But those are the 3 things that I'm thinking about right now, the 3 things that I'm thinking about today. And man, I'm stoked. So keep your eyes open as August rolls around and your ears unplugged, and help us spread the word, continue to grow ProveText. This is going to be awesome. We thank you for listening, subscribing, hit the share button, hit the like button, do all that, and help us continue to grow and get the word out with some good biblical study resources. All right, y'all. I hope that helps.
Interested in growing your ancient language skills but not sure where to start? GlossaHouse can help. From illustrated readers and short stories to lexicons and grammars, GlossaHouse offers a variety of resources for beginning, intermediate, and experienced ancient language learners. Head to glossahouse.com today. GlossaHouse, language resources for the